This is KM Weiland, and you're listening to the 129th episode of the Wordplay Podcast. Happy New Year, everyone! This week I've been filling in calendars and schedules for the coming year. It's always kind of a weird feeling to be writing plans into all those blank white squares, and knowing that soon they'll be full of all the unexpected twists and colors of real life. My writing plans for the year are focused on finishing the latest edit of my fantasy, Dreamlander, and seeing it off to publication toward the end of the year. I've also got some ideas for internet workshops connected to wordplay running around in my head. As soon as I clear up a few other odds and ends, that's first on my list of big projects for 2012. Can't wait! The January issue of my e-letter hit inboxes last week. It included the usual roundup of inspirational quotes, creativity jumpstarters, and helpful links, as well as the article, Why We Love Nuanced Characters, and my response to a subscriber's question about how to develop minor characters. If you're not receiving the e-letter and would like to, you can sign up for my mailing list on my website at kmweiland, that's weiland.com/mailing-list.php. You can read back issues online at kmweiland.com/e-letter-issues.php. Are you choosing the right words for your story's tone? The latest post in the video series on my blog shows how fantasy authors Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman created unique characters through their word choices in Dragonwing. You can watch the video on my blog at wordplay-kmweiland.blogspot.com. New videos are posted every Wednesday. And now I hope you'll enjoy this week's podcast, 12 Writing Resolutions for the 12 Months of 2012. How many times have you made a list of resolutions in January, only to have misplaced them, forgotten about them, or just plain given up on them before the month was out? This year, instead of making a complete list of writing resolutions for the whole year, try implementing one new resolution every month. Following are 12, one for each month. In January, I resolved to schedule a regular writing time. The more regularly we write, the easier it gets to churn out words and the better those words become. Make a point of scheduling a regular writing time, whether it's 4 hours 7 days a week or 15 minutes 5 days a week. In February, I resolved to create a roadmap to publication. Reaching publication, whether it's traditionally or independently, takes time. Start planning your course of action this month. Figure out what obstacles lay between you and your goal, and plan how you can overcome them one by one. In March, I resolved to stop procrastinating. Procrastination is one of the writer's most formidable enemies. This month, make a point of not allowing yourself to waste any of your scheduled writing time doing anything off point, including visiting the fridge, clipping your hangnails, or checking your email. In April, I resolved to edit an old story. Pull your last story out of the closet and go over it with the old red pen. Stories are never finished, just abandoned. So take advantage of the distance of time between you and an old story to gain an objective vantage point. In May, I resolved to send my story out for critique. Try to always have something in the hands of a reader who can give you constructive feedback. Cultivate partnerships with other writers with whom you can trade edits. Or bite the bullet and hire a professional editor to help you put that professional polish on your story. In June, I resolved to enforce my writing time. This is the month to stop letting others run all over you in your writing time. Kindly, but firmly, let others know that your writing time is not to be interfered with. Even more important, refuse to let yourself feel guilty for making your writing a priority. In July, I resolved to streamline my writing process. Take a hard look at your daily writing routine and your writing process as a whole. What could you do to streamline it? What new methods could you try? What current habits are dead weight that can be safely jettisoned? In August, I resolved to fact-check my story. Go through your story and make note of every single fact, no matter how small, that there's even the slightest chance you could have gotten wrong. Then double-check them. In September, I resolved to do one thing to build my author's platform. Even if publication isn't in your near future, start thinking about how you can start interacting with and building your reading community. Create a website, join a forum, print business cards. In October, I resolved to interview my characters. Solidify and expand your knowledge of your characters by interviewing them. Find out their favorite colors, worst childhood memories, and fondest dreams. You can find a list of interview questions in my free ebook, Crafting Unforgettable Characters, or an expanded list in my book, Outlining Your Novel, Map Your Way to Success. In November, I resolved to get organized. Clean out your desk and organize your notes, both hard copy and digital. Trash anything you don't need and file everything in appropriate folders so you'll be able to find what you need when you need it. In December, I resolved to exterminate cliches. Go through your manuscript and specifically look for cliched phrases and overused words. You'll be surprised how many you find. Underline them in red and brainstorm original replacements. Bonus, year-long resolution. This year, I resolved to read at least one book on the craft every month. Thank you for listening to the Wordplay Podcast. To read a transcript of this episode, visit me on the web at wordplay-kmwyland, that's weiland.blogspot.com, and be sure to listen again next week.